For Louisiana versus all y'all, working with Go Preps, Jarrett Roser today with West St. John coach Brandon Walters, who is still hanging around the weight room, kind of winding down a long day as the Rams get ready to, just keep still gearing up toward this next season. Coach, how you been doing, man?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Just finish up, wiping everything down for tomorrow, so we'll be ready when we come in and, doing okay, man. Just trying to stay on top of things and keeping the guys motivated and, eager to come in here and get the work done.
Yeah, that's for everything I'm writing. It's kind of, there's so many storylines going on that are actually football pertinent, but over the top of all of that, there's this coronavirus situation that has been the top of everyone's minds all off season. For you guys, what does that process look like to be away from the kids for much longer than you would typically be used to, and now to finally have them back and doing some work, but a little bit of an unprecedented routine trying to get into some off season finally?
Yeah, I think, the not being able to do our spring traditionally, it hurt, but everybody's on an even playing field. So we won't feel the sting of it too much, those 3 months or so that everybody was kind of off and away from everything, it kind of gave you time to reflect on, some goods and the bads and what can be changed, what can be fixed, so was able to get some things done with that time off, just for yourself and the staff, just to be able to kind of reset and rewind, in the middle of all of that. And now, because we're able to get back to it, the guys are kind of, falling into the routine. The kids are different. It doesn't take much for them to get back to what they normally do. And, although it doesn't take much to throw them out of whack, it's easy to kind of get them back into it as well. So we've had, a good first 2 weeks of practice. It's been going pretty well. The guys are in here working pretty hard and doing what they need to do. So we're pretty glad to see what I'm seeing. I like it so far. I think the guys are coming in and doing a great job of working hard. And you can see that some of them are a little behind. That's understandable. It's Louisiana. He's different. But for the most part, our guys are all ready. You can never really get ready for this Louisiana 90-plus weather, but we just take it in stride, man, and do what we can do to hydrate and make sure the guys are taken care of.
You mentioned being able to use that time to be kind of, I guess, somewhat introspective and take some things, some good and some bad. Y'all have had as much success, have been among the elite programs, among the smaller schools, really statewide, and most recent state championship a couple years ago in 2017, and came close, made some runs again these past 2 years, but fell short in the semis. What were some of the things that you looked at that you liked and needed to remain a constant for you guys to continue to build upon? And what were some of those things that stood out that you kind of wanted to maybe adjust or do a little bit differently moving forward after taking that close of a look at it?
Well, for us, we lost some guys, some key guys in different spots. And for me and, for us, we're a run team. And when we're good in the trenches on either side of the ball, we can do well. We have to be able to stop the run, but we have to be able to pound it against people too. So that's what we're trying to shore up in this offseason and preparation, getting that offensive line together, getting some guys put back in place offensively, find out, some different weapons and how we can utilize them in the scheme of what we're doing. And it's going to be exciting, to see the newer guys get in and have their chances and opportunities to make some plays. And it should be a good thing. We're going to be really stout on defense. That's where most of our guys are returning, although we do have some weapons offensively that are returning as well. But our bread and butter is pretty much on the defense right now. Defensive side, we have most of those guys are returning starters from last season. So we're going to lean on them heavily. We're going to try to stop people as much as we can and still be able to put points up on the board, and that's be able to shore up the trenches, make sure we can pound it when we want to on people.
I think when you look at some of those guys that return, everyone at this point has probably got a handle on Kailep Edwards as being one of those names of guys to watch. He's an SEC level recruit already, even though he's got plenty of high school football ahead. What has
Yeah.
it been like to see him continue to develop? Because he just looks more and more that part, I think, every time out. And who are some of those other guys that you're really able to rely upon right now, even with a kind of a different offseason that just kind of a little bit more established and ready to roll?
Well, the good thing for us that the defensive line, that Kailep kind of anchors, and he'll bounce back and forth from linebacker to defensive end. The key part on that defensive front four is that they're all 10th graders going into their junior year, all four of them. And Jason August, he's a pretty thick kid in there, about 250 as a D tackle, going into his junior year, about 6 feet. Jacob Ellis can really play and move some people around as well. He plays on the offensive side of the ball. Kid for us on that end. They've grown up a lot faster, as far as in size. So we're going to just try to put some muscle on that, on those guys and see where we can go. We also have Jacoby Lewis. We got to put some weight back on him and get him going. But future is bright for those front four up front, and really five in that rotation, depending on what we do. Kailep Edwards is Kailep Edwards, man. He's been a stud since he arrived at West St. John. We're just trying to get him to, stay within what we're doing and not get the big head and bring his team with him, and be able to lead the guys. And you don't have to be a senior to do that. So we're trying to stress that, even though he's getting a lot of pub and a lot of attention, you got to make sure that you stay level-headed and stay grounded and still keep focusing on what we're trying to do as a team. So he's going to be fine in that aspect, and he's working hard, putting in a lot of work. You can tell, when you look at him and see, and he's grinding. So that's all we need from him, and we're looking forward to a great season from him and a lot of those other guys that plays around him. Like I said, we're pretty strong up front, and we're going to build from around those guys.
Whether it be some guys on the offensive side of the football or really anywhere, who are some of those names that haven't done it as much on the field on Fridays for you guys yet, but are positioned to, if they take care of business these next few months, to have an opportunity to really make an impact when y'all get back out there?
Well, offensively, we're leaning heavily right now on Ferdinand Young. He's going to be the quarterback right now and do some other things for us as well. Kajan Kendrick, he was a return specialist for us, also played slot receiver, running back for us. Troy Jasmine's a returning starter. He should be able to do some things a lot more for us this year as well. And we're going to bring those other kids along. Those are most of the returning guys. Offensively, as far as the skill position, we have a couple of them on the offensive line, and we're still trying to solidify some of that stuff. So, we'll work out the kinks and see who really wants to play and who wants to battle for it, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Have y'all been able to have many, I guess, bigger picture, goal-setting, mindset type talks with them, or is the separation right now, is that kind of delayed some of that sort of stuff?
Well, season-wise, looking further on down the year, we're basically just trying to get the guys to stay focused on it right now and control what we can, be prepared, be ready, work our butts off, and we'll be ready to go for whatever takes place in the fall. But I've asked the coaches to remain positive, and we can't really speak in a test for what's going to happen. All we can do is concentrate on what we can control, and that's just to get our kids ready and to play, make sure they're coached up and prepared for the season. And we'll just treat it as if it's a regular season that we're getting prepared for, as far as the things that we're teaching, what we want to go into there doing. But of course, we have to make sure we do that within the realm of staying apart from each other and just kind of take the steps out there for us, and gradually move through.
If we do get some sort of normal or semi-normal look at the season, and you guys get a look at that district slate and everything, how does that sort of line up as if you have even really looked around at all? You guys have some pretty tough opponents in that district, and y'all have been able to win the district. You come in as the reigning district champs, but know that it's never going to be easy with that group awaiting you. So what's that look like in terms of the schedule, and particularly district that awaits eventually?
Well, with Riverside, Country Day, and St. Martin in there, we're going to be challenged, by all of those teams, and we have to go in there with the mindset, we are the reigning champions, but each year presents a new set of problems, and all of those teams, I'm sure they're doing a great job of getting prepared and preparing for this upcoming season. And I'm sure we'll have the usual target on our back that we travel with. And so we have to be able to defend it. We have to be able to expect everybody's best. That's usually what we get. And we have to rise to the occasion. But our district will be pretty competitive. And we were fortunate last year to be able to win the district. But, each year, like I said, brings new challenges. And we'll be ready for it, and we'll be prepared.
There you go. He's Coach Brandon Walters leading the West St. John Rams into another season. Coach, I certainly appreciate you taking a couple minutes to talk about it and just kind of let us know where you guys are here midsummer.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Thanks, Coach. Again, he's Coach Brandon Walters for Louisiana versus all y'all and for Go Preps, Jarrett Roser. Thanks.
Thank you.